What's up, YouTube? This Petey with another one. Picks with Petey. This time I'm going over the NFL Week 6, my prediction picks. But first, let me get into Week 5 NFL recap of the predictions that I made. I actually went 5 for 8, but when I rewatched the video, I actually picked 8 teams, but I thought I only did 6, but it actually was 5 for 8. But I'm gonna give you the 3 for 6 one too, because I had the Rams versus Seahawks game over, correct. Had the Patriots beating the Redskins by the 15 and a half. They did it, and I had the over. That's 3 games. Then I had the Cardinals to cover the 3.5 versus the Bengals, and I had their over. Got that one too as well. That's 5 right there. Then I lost on the Bucks, the Buccaneers, the Bears, and the Cowboys. All 3 teams lost, and I had them to cover the points they were supposed to win. So that was the 5 for 8. And if you take away the Patriots over and the Bengals over, that'll be the 3 for 6 that I had and got right for last week 5 games. Well, let me get into week NFL 6 for you all. Tonight's game, and these, by the way, too, these are the point spreads that I have written down for today. Tonight's game is the Giants versus the Patriots. They saying the Patriots are going to win by 17, and the over for that game is 41.5. And this is who I'm going with, my predictions. I like the Giants to cover that 17.5. Next is the Redskins versus the Dolphins. Redskins, we finally got a win. We finally got rid of one of the problems in the organization, but you know who the real big problem is, and he's never going to give up the team, so we just got to deal with it or jump ship. But I wasn't raised like that. So, but I like the Redskins to cover the 3.5 against the Dolphins. The over for that game is 41. Next is the Panthers versus the Buccaneers. They saying the Panthers are going to win by 2. I'm gonna try you again, Jameis Winston. You did me dirty last week, and the over is 48. Next is the Bengals versus the Ravens. I like the Ravens to cover that 11. The Bengals just lost all hope, just like the Dolphins, and the over for that game is 48. Next is the Seahawks versus Browns. I somewhat have a problem with this game because they're only saying the Seahawks going to win by 1, and the Browns, they really not fine-tuned yet, but they can make some things happen with their offense. But I like their over for that game is 47.5. I like the over. Next is Saints versus Jaguars. They have the Jaguars winning by 1. The over for that game is 44.5. I like the Jaguars to cover the 1. Next is Texans versus Chiefs. They have the Chiefs winning by 5. The over is 55. I know everyone probably took a major loss with the Chiefs last week. I like the Chiefs to bounce back to cover the 5. Next is the Eagles versus the Vikings. They had the Vikings winning by 3. The over for that game is 44. I like the over in that game. Next is the Falcons versus the Cardinals. You all know, like I said, I like the Cardinals because they no matter what, win, lose, or draw, they gonna put up a fight. The Falcons, I don't know, they haven't been right since the Super Bowl, so I'm gonna just go with the Cardinals. The over for that game is 52. I like that under as well, so I'm gonna go with the Cardinals and the under. Next is the 49ers versus Rams. I like the Rams for the 3.5. The over for that game is 50. So I like the Rams for the 3.5. Next is the Titans versus the Broncos. They're saying the Broncos are going to win by 2.5. The over for that game is 39. I like the Broncos to win with the cover the 2.5. Next is the Cowboys. I shouldn't have went with you all last week. They saying y'all supposed to win by 7.5 versus the Jets this week. The over for that game is 43. I like the Cowboys to cover the 7.5. I'm gonna go with you all again to cover the 7.5 against the Jets. And once again, the over is 43, but I'm taking the Cowboys to cover the 7.5. Next is the Steelers versus the Chargers. They saying the Chargers supposed to win by 7. The over for that game is 41. I like the Chargers to cover the 7 points touchdown. Monday night game is the Lions versus the Packers. They saying the Packers is going to win by 5. The over for that game is 47. I like the Lions to cover the 5, and I like the score to go under the 47. I'm going to give you all a quick rundown again of the picks, just the picks only. I like the Giants, the Redskins, the Giants to cover 17, the Redskins to win by the 3.5. I like the Buccaneers to cover the 2 points. I like the Ravens to cover the 11. I like the Seahawks versus Brown game to go over. I like the Jaguars to win by the 1. I like the Chiefs by the 5. I like the Vikings versus the Eagles game over the 44. I like the Cardinals to cover the 2.5 and the over 52. I like the Rams for the 3.5. I like the Broncos to cover the 2.5. I like the Cowboys for the 7.5. I like the Chargers for the touchdown for 7 points, and I like the Lions for the +5 and the under 47. There you go for another episode of Picks with Petey. That was NFL Week 6. Hope you all get some money.